Shohei saved me.
Dave Roberts, the Dodgers manager, is now loved by fans all over the world. But did you know he once carried a painful past? One where he didn't want anyone to know about the Japanese blood running through his veins? Behind his brilliant career was a fierce inner struggle over his own roots. And the person who ultimately melted his frozen heart was Shohei Ohtani, the man who has now become absolutely indispensable to the Dodgers. Why did manager Roberts break down in tears in his hometown of Okinawa? The answer lies hidden at the very beginning of his extraordinary fate.
Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe.
The greatest gift of his life.
Dave Roberts was born to an African-American father from Texas and a Japanese mother, Aiko, who was from Naha City in Okinawa. His parents, brought together across national and cultural boundaries, faced strong opposition but chose love anyway, getting married in 1972. That May, Roberts was born in Okinawa. Just 6 months later, he moved to the United States following his father's job transfer. For Roberts, Okinawa is far more than just the place where he was born. It is his true roots, something he carries with pride and still holds deep affection for to this day. But as a child, he struggled deeply with his own identity. Growing up as a military kid and moving from place to place, he never fully belonged in the black community, the white community, or the Japanese community. He was constantly forced to ask himself the same question: who am I? During his teenage years, just to survive, there was even a time when he consciously pushed down his Japanese roots and tried to live simply as American. And yet, at home, there was always the strict but deeply loving presence of his Japanese mother, her quiet strength shaping him every single day. Aiko lived through the harsh reality of the 1970s, enduring deep prejudice and loneliness as she supported her family in America. Struggling with language and cultural barriers, she never complained. She taught herself English, fought through the isolation, and protected her home with everything she had. As a result, English became the main language spoken at home, and her son never became fluent in Japanese. But the foundation of his upbringing was unmistakably Japanese. She taught him respect, self-discipline, and compassion for others, without compromise. Through Japanese food, she nurtured both his body and his heart. Those lessons became the bedrock of manager Roberts's calm, patient, and resilient character. Even now, she regrets that she couldn't raise her son to be bilingual. But Roberts himself says, "She didn't teach me language. She taught me how to live." Though he may not speak Japanese, he deeply understands the Japanese spirit. Within him, his mother's love and the soul of Japan are undeniably alive. And decades later, a fateful encounter would reconnect him powerfully to those roots, bringing a new light into the Roberts family's story. In 2024, Shohei Ohtani joining the Dodgers was huge news, not just for the team, but for manager Roberts and his entire family. No one was more overjoyed than his mother, Aiko. People say her eyes lit up like a little girl's. Seeing that, Roberts invited his mother to Dodger Stadium and finally created the moment she had long dreamed of, meeting Shohei Ohtani in person. What Ohtani did next was exactly why the world admires him. Despite being a global superstar, he immediately took off his cap, bowed deeply, and gently wrapped both hands around Aiko's wrinkled hands for a warm handshake. His humility and that pure, unguarded smile, like a grandson greeting his grandmother, captured her heart instantly. "This is the happiest gift I've ever received in my life. I can't believe it." Hearing his mother say those words, overwhelmed with excitement and joy, Manager Roberts felt his own chest tighten, his eyes filling with tears. But Ohtani's surprise didn't end with just a meeting or a handshake. On Manager Roberts' birthday, Ohtani gave him a special gift: a premium Japanese whiskey from Okayama Prefecture, the hometown of pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Behind this gift was thoughtful care from the true planner, Ohtani's wife, Mamiko, who took the time to consider the manager's family background and personal tastes. Japanese whiskey, Japanese chocolate. These weren't just expensive items. They were gifts filled with deep respect for Japan, the very roots of Manager Roberts himself. Roberts was so moved that he said, "I'm too happy to even open the bottle. I'll save it for a truly special day." His mother, Aiko, must have felt immense pride as well, knowing her son was so deeply respected and cared for by a Japanese superstar. For her, Ohtani's presence became proof that the Japanese way of parenting she had upheld through hardship in America had never been wrong. And Ohtani's extraordinary human warmth didn't just touch Roberts' mother. In time, it would even help save Roberts' own son, who was struggling to find his way in the future. The early morning promise with Shohei Ohtani that changed Manager Roberts' son. Roberts' eldest son, Cole, chose the same path as his great father, baseball. But the professional world is brutal. Life in the minor leagues was unforgiving, and he endured setback after setback, including the crushing blow of being suddenly released. Unable to watch his son suffer any longer, Manager Roberts invited Cole to spring training in 2025, and he told him to watch one man closely. That man was Shohei Ohtani. Look closely. Shohei isn't doing this on talent alone. He gets to the ballpark earlier than anyone and prepares more thoroughly than anyone else. Guided by his father's words, Cole watched Ohtani's routine with skepticism at first. What he saw was solitary, relentless work, rehabbing his right elbow while executing an incredibly detailed hitting routine. Even when he failed, Ohtani never sulked. He smiled, said, "Next," and carefully wrote notes in his notebook. That sight was powerful enough to blow away Cole's hesitation, his excuses, and his self-doubt in an instant. Summoning his courage, Cole finally spoke to Ohtani, and Ohtani responded with surprising warmth, treating him not as a kid, but as an equal. "Focus comes from your daily routine. You can do this." He didn't stop at words. Ohtani actually lent Cole his own model bat and glove, and even stayed to work out with him. Watching Cole play defense, Ohtani smiled and joked, "With your glove, you could cover my hole out there." That single moment of praise helped restore the confidence Cole was on the verge of losing. From that day on, Cole began shaping his own training around Ohtani's routines. At home, he and his father even started calling certain days Ohtani days, spending hours talking baseball together. "My dad's Japanese spirit taught me patience," Cole later said, "and Shohei showed me the way forward." Ohtani had become far more than just a key player on the team. He had grown into a true emotional pillar for Manager Roberts himself, and that same warmth would soon bring one more unforgettable miracle, this time to Roberts' beloved daughter. Manager Roberts' wife and daughter were completely captivated by Shohei Ohtani. In July 2025, the Dodgers faced the Red Sox at the sacred grounds of Fenway Park in Boston. This stadium holds deep meaning for Roberts --. It's where, during his playing days, he pulled off the legendary stolen base known as the steal, becoming a hero in baseball history. Sitting in the stands that day were his wife, Tricia, and their eldest daughter, Emerson. The game itself turned into a tense pitcher's duel. But Emerson's eyes weren't on her father in the dugout. They were locked on number 17. Every time Ohtani got a hit, she jumped up shouting, "Shohei is the best," high-fiving her mom, bouncing with pure joy. Her passionate reactions caught the broadcast cameras, and before long, clips spread across social media with people saying, "Roberts' daughter is totally obsessed with Ohtani. Sorry, Dad." At the very same place where her father once became a hero, his daughter was now cheering for Shohei Ohtani, her father's own player. It was a scene that perfectly captured the magic of baseball across generations and the warmth and unity that defined the Dodgers as a team. After the game, an even more emotional moment was waiting for the family. During the game, Ohtani had noticed Roberts' family in the stands. Through manager Roberts, he delivered a very special gift. It was a signed baseball, handwritten in English. "To Emerson, dream big, Shohei." And even after the game, when he must have been exhausted, Ohtani personally thanked Roberts' wife, Tricia, saying, "Thank you for always supporting the manager." This completely unexpected act of kindness left a deep impression. In an interview the next day, manager Roberts said with a huge smile, "Ohtani's thoughtfulness made my daughter incredibly happy. He's a hero to our family, too." The Dodgers would go on to capture back-to-back World Series titles, and manager Roberts became a champion in both name and reality. Then, in November, after the season ended, carrying a heart full of gratitude, manager Roberts headed back to Okinawa, the place where his story began. Okinawa erupted in celebration for a hero's homecoming. In mid-November 2025, fresh off the back-to-back championship run, the arrival lobby at Naha Airport was filled with an energy unlike anything seen before. "Welcome home! Congratulations on the repeat." It had been nearly a year since manager Roberts last set foot on his hometown soil. Waiting for him were hundreds of relatives, old friends, and passionate fans. Dressed in a bright blue Karayushi shirt that stood out against the Okinawan sky, Roberts went from person to person, sharing hugs with everyone who had come to greet him. One relative, Nakamichi, said through tears, "I was so happy I got to hug him. He's a source of pride for our entire family." Another longtime acquaintance of over 20 years, Ishiki, smiled and said, "Even though he's active on the world stage now, his gentle personality hasn't changed at all." Then, one comment from a relative sent the crowd into laughter and emotion. For us, it's Dave over Ohtani. Dave is number one. Even more than the global superstar Shohei Ohtani, their own nephew Dave comes first. That warm, joking expression of pure Okinawan love made Roberts burst out laughing, his eyes quietly glistening as he did. Speaking to the local media gathered around him, manager Roberts said, "I'm happy to be back home. I'm truly happy. Having family close by gives me peace." Even as a world champion manager, he showed not a hint of arrogance. That humility spoke volumes about how deeply he cherishes his hometown. A relative, Ikahara, shared with a smile, "No matter how old he gets, he's always so happy, laughing out loud as he tells us stories and brings souvenirs." Those stories surely included Shohei Ohtani and the behind-the-scenes support of his wife, Mamiko. The people of Okinawa could clearly feel it. Within Roberts lived the same spirit they call Uchina Anchu, the soul of Okinawa. And at a talk event held at a hotel in Naha City, manager Roberts finally put into words the feelings about Japan he had carried in his heart for so many years. With tears in his eyes, he spoke of his pride in Japan and his gratitude. Taking the stage at the event, manager Roberts began to speak quietly, yet with unmistakable strength. Winning the World Series in Los Angeles was incredible. But for me, the final piece was coming to Naha and celebrating together with all of you. The moment those words left his mouth, the venue erupted in thunderous applause. Many in the audience were wiping away tears. Then, his thoughts turned to the person closest to his heart, his mother, Aiko. My mother came from a working-class background, and she taught me respect and self-discipline. My entire outlook on life is a direct result of how she raised me. In front of everyone, he acknowledged something he had once tried to deny or hide: that the Japanese blood running through him was not a weakness, but his greatest strength. Okinawan people are kind, patient, and strong. And now, I'm proud that the same blood runs through me. Tears overflowed from his eyes, tears he could no longer hold back. But there was a clear reason why he could now stand tall and proudly embrace his roots. Without question, that reason was Shohei Ohtani. During his speech, manager Roberts opened up about his inner struggles. To be honest, when I was younger, I didn't show enough respect for the Japanese side of who I am. That's something I regret. Then his expression suddenly brightened. But everything changed with the arrival of Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki. Watching these Japanese players up close, their discipline, their humility, and their ability to dominate on the world stage allowed Roberts to finally accept and love his own identity. Because of them, Japan feels much closer to me. They gave me the confidence to dive deeper into my roots. Shohei Ohtani didn't just help bring wins on the field. He gave his manager something far more precious: the pride of being Japanese.
Thanks for watching all the way through. What did you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to follow Shohei Ohtani's incredible journey. See you in the next one.